So guys, in these sections, we are going to be handling the auth scene, that's the login scene and the registration scene. So this is exactly what will be our end product, just like the one you can see on my screen. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the like button. Now let me reopen the application so that you can see exactly what we are building. And you can see that when the application opens, it's going to first of all present us with the animate scene with the cool, sleek animation. Then it's now going to redirect us to where we can put our user credentials. So back to business. Uh, Without delay, I would like to tell you that I have my login.js file here. So I kind of deleted everything I did earlier. But just to show you the end product, we are going to begin, but I'm not going to cover the CSS part of this. That's why I put down the CSS because it's a whole bunch of codes. So it's going to be a whole bunch of codes. So I don't want to have the time being delayed. So that we can actually do this and also do the registering part of it. Now I'll begin by at the top importing React. So I'm going to import React, import components. I'm going to import that from React. So I'm going to import some couple things that we need from React Native. So what we need first is the image. We need the style sheets. We need the image background. We also need the animated, and that's it for the React Native. Also, there are some couple things we have to import from our native base. So guys, even as you watch these videos, you don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the like button, because it takes a couple of times to arrange this video, and it's not something that's very easy. So the only way you can compliment me is to hit the subscribe button and also the like button. And that's it for our native base. We also have to import and design. We have to import it from React Native vector icons. Sorry for that. We have to slash reference to and design, and we also have to import Fontiso. Oh, sorry. From and lastly, we have to import material icons. Yes, from React Native vector icons slash let's say material icons. So for this one, we are just naming it mat icon. Mat C icon. I think it should be better with that. So beneath that, we also have to import our images, and remember earlier that we uploaded these images. So I'm going to make available the images for you at my GitHub repo. So as you continue the video in the long run, I'm going to make available all the resources. So just bear with me at this beginning, just because I've been too busy even to make sure that everything is working fine before I proceed with in-depth teaching. So we are going to the images. Guys, forgive me. I don't know why my hand is not hitting my shift key. Images. That's from images login bg.png. So I'm going to copy this down 2 times. The second one is the logo. And the third one is the landing, I think so. Yeah. So the landing image is exactly this image you see here. So I'm not going to save this file for now, because if I save it now, it's going to give me an error. We also have to import one more thing I forgot earlier, touchable opacity from React Native. And we also have to bring in our flux. So we covered this flux at the beginning part of this video. So I refer to that section if you don't understand what I'm doing right now. I'm going to, oh sorry, this is not in a path, is going to come from React Native router flux, and that's it. Now we can define our class with the name of our file. So it's going to extend components. Let's give it a props constructor or to grab the props. So all this thing I'm doing now will be beneficial for us when we enter the Redux part of it and also the backend part of this video. Now in the state, we have to define only one thing for now, that's the logo animation. So give it a new animated value of 0. So if you have been following along, you should have a clear understanding of what I'm doing right now. So it shouldn't be a stress for you. But if you don't, I would suggest that you go back to the beginning part of this video and you can continue. I promise you will not be lost out because we've not really gone that deep. Now for the component did mount, we just have to reference to our animated, give it an animated value of spring. So we grab that from the state. So we push the value to 1 and give it a tension of 2 and a friction of 1 so that it doesn't feel as if it's static a lot. So it should happen at a space of 1000 milliseconds, and definitely we are going to start that. Then for the return part of this, there are a whole bunch of things we are still going to do. So just give me a couple seconds. So I'm going to type down in that below here. It's going to give us a return. And first thing is to wrap it up in a container. So I already have this CSS written down. I'm not going to cover that again. So I already have all the CSS. You can gradually type them down, or if you can't just type them down, you can wait for it on our GitHub. So even as I'm scrolling down, you can actually do that so that you can follow along the tutorial and not get lost. Now, in the container, we are going to have another view, and now we are going to give it a style of styles.content. Then inside there, we are going to wrap everything in an image background. Give it a source of login bg. So we imported this image earlier, if you can remember. Give it a style, width of 100%. Likewise the height. We also wanted to take up the whole width, and one more thing is give it a resize mode of let's say, let's kind of use stretch. I think maybe better, but we will see the outcome when we save this file. So let me kind of save it right now to see what we have. Okay, it's going to auto reload for us right now. So let's just see what we have for now. Stateless wrapped. I don't really understand why I'm having that problem. I shouldn't be having an error right now. For now, I shouldn't. So maybe it's because my machine is overloaded. But let's just wait again and see what we have. So guys, don't worry. As we move on, I'll kind of fix this error so that we don't experience this thing anymore. Why we had the error is because I didn't export this. I didn't export this as a default value. So I just left everything and I got it saved. So we now had the error we had. I'm going to uncomment this and continue. So guys, sorry once more for that. Uh, Now inside here we have to bring an image, and we have to give it a source of if you can remember, we brought in our landing image, and we have to give it a style of styles.landing. It's supposed to be capital small L. Then beneath the image, above the image, we have to wrap this in a view, and we have to give it a style of styles dot top, and now we can bring this inside here and format that. So I'm using Prettier. You can have Prettier installed on your machine, so it's going to really help you. So let's kind of save to see what we have right now. So I'm going to give this class of middle. So you can see that our image background is there and it's definitely stretched, which really looks cool. Let's kind of check this from the design. From the design over here, you can see that we have uh, a background image at this section. So I don't really know how to do this, but I think in the future videos I'll be better with that. So I will still share that with you guys, even as I build more videos. So you can see that the image background is showing perfectly, and that looks really good. And I don't think anything is wrong with it. So we have to just manage it that way for now. So for this one, I'm going to bring in a style of styles.register, and touchable opacity that's going to give a style of rich text. And for the text itself, we have to give it a style of the rich text. We have to name this one login, and beneath that, we also have to bring down our touchable opacity, and give it a style of styles same rich text. And inside of that, let me bring this up a bit. Instead of that, we bring in our text likewise, like we did before, and it's going to still have a style of styles. We're going to give it a rich text, definitely, and inside there we have an ant design. Give it a name of right. Now let's save this. This is going to be the top part of our login area, just like you can see the register and also the right icon over here. So that's exactly what you see here, that from the middle is going to have the top part of this, and we have the login and also the right sign. Now the next part of it is bringing down the form area. So if you can remember, from the form area, we specified an animation. So that's exactly where we are going to use it. So beneath the top, we have to bring another view, give it a type name of styles form area, and inside there, we now have to make use of the animated dot view. Same thing here. Now we are going to style this before we put anything inside of it. Style is going to be an array of styles. First off, we have to specify the opacity to be this stay.logo name. And yeah, so we are supposed to have an error because of this. And beneath that, we want you to have a cool bouncing effect. So if you can remember, we are using a spring animation. So from the top, we have to specify also the logo animation. Then we can interpolate that. So I'll bring this down. Inside there, we want the input range and also the output range. So from the input range, as if you can watch from the comment here, it says interpolate the value before updating the property as it's moving from 0 to the 1 value, because from here we made it to be a logo of 0 value, a logo and name of 0 value. So over here, as it starts from 0 to 1, we want it to bounce from up 5 down to 0. So it's going to have a spring effect, just like a pendulum bulb that is bouncing, or like a bulb that is bouncing. So that's the effect it's going to have. So let's kind of save this and see what we have. Okay, we are not going to see anything yet because inside the animated value, we didn't bring in anything inside of it. Lastly, we have to align everything to the center, and then over here we now bring in our logo. So let's save that. Then beneath that, we also have to use the logo anim to make our forms to have a very nice bouncing effect, just like the one you can see here, just like the bouncing you saw now. That's exactly what we want our forms to have. So beneath that, I think I have to copy exactly this. Oh, sorry. So I'm going to copy exactly this. Put it beneath here. And for this one, we are still going to reference to the logo and name because it's only a single animation. But for this, we want it to come from the left, so it's going to have, it's going to feel as if something is pushing the form. It's going to have something like a thundering effect. Then, of course, it's not an image. Then over there, we have to bring in a view, give it a style class name of, or let's just do an inline styling. Give it a width of 100% because we want it to be 100%. And likewise, align the items to the center. Then inside there, we have to bring in our form from our native base. So we covered all these things in the earlier video. So guys, even as you watch this video, I would like to tell you to hit the subscribe button and also the like button so that you don't forget that, because that's the only way you can compliment me for this video, because it takes a couple times and a couple of brain works to even organize this and teach it for free. So guys, just hit the like button and also the subscribe button. So for this one, is going to have a style class name of styles dot form items. Then let me kind of check whether this is available. Styles dot form items, yeah. Then inside there we have to bring in okay, we already have the item. Bring in the fonts. So give it a name of, the first one is the email, of course. Let's give it a style class name of styles dot icon. Then beneath that, we are going to have an input placeholder of email. Give a style of styles dot inputs. And I have to copy exactly this here. So I will copy this and also paste it down. And for this one, we have class name of items, same this icon, but for the icon is going to change. So we're going to use the material community icons and give it a name of, we have a name of text box password. So let's kind of save that. And so I spelled something wrong here. So that's exactly this place. So we have styles, not size. Exactly what I did here also. So save that. So let's kind of wait and see. Our form seems not to be the same way we want it to be. So let me kind of check what exactly is the problem. So guys, I took my time to retouch this, so everything looks okay right now. And you can see our form inputs and also our form for the password and email is showing properly. So beneath that, we are going to bring in our buttons. So the button is not going to take really long. Now beneath our animated view, we also have to animate our button to also have a spring effect. Now always remember that for the style, the opacity must always be our this the state dot logo and name. And likewise for this one, okay, let's just use an array. We have to give it a class name. The class name of styles dot button. So inside here we have a button. So let me scroll this up. We have a button, and now it's going to be a block button with a style of styles dot button group. So most of this thing I'm doing here, definitely let's see from the design. You can see that uh, we have the register button over here, and we have our forms. So that's exactly what we are doing right here. So inside the button group, we're going to have a text, and it's going to have a style of styles btn text. So this one is going to just be a login. So let's save to see that. So the button is going to appear smoothly also after the animation. So you can see we can also give the button a very nice effect, a very nice bouncing effect. So let's say here from the bottom, let's reference to this state dot logo anim dot interpolate. So we have to specify an input range, likewise an output range. Then it's coming from 0 to 1. We want it to come from -20 to 0. So let's save that again and see for ourselves what we have. So you can see the cool, very nice effect that our login button have, which really looks cool. So beneath our login button, there's something we have there. Do you have an account? You can log in or sign in. So let's just do this last section, and the next section we talk about the register, because I see that the video is already getting up to 30 minutes, which I don't want to. Now below this animation, I will just copy from here. I will just copy from here and paste that. So we also want a cool, very nice animation of that, but let me kind of see what I have to check here. So for this one, is going to have another styles of question. So it's just an override style to override the previous effect. And for this text, it's going to have a class name of styles.do. So do you have an account? Then we want a very nice touchable opacity effect with a style of let's use same style.do. And for here, uh, we have a text. We have a text with a style of, let's use an array, styles.do, and also we have to give it uh, a color of #29AFA0, and a margin left of 15. So let me kind of save that. Inside our text, all we just have to do, okay, let's just use sign up here because we're on the login page. For this one, let's say don't have an account, sign up. So let's save this and see what we have right now. So we spelled our class name. That's why we are getting this error. So which is not a bad thing for us. Let's kind of check where we made this mistake. So over here, just did a mistake there. So now let's refresh. So you can see the very nice sweet effect of how these things bounce in and how they behave. Let's say we want um, our button to come from the left. We can actually do this way so that every one of them will have a different effect. So let's save that. We are going to expect an error right now. So let me save that again. And okay, we already have our bottom class here, which means that we don't need to focus on the bottom part of this. So don't worry about this one. Now you can see that once the login page loads, it's going to have a very nice effect. So on the next part of this video, we are going to talk about the registration aspect of this, which is not really a big task. I'm just going to copy exactly this and put it there. So guys, make sure you don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the like button. Thank you and see you on the next video. Bye bye.